What's up, everyone? This is Mr. Silver Lining, and I'm back with another one. So, the NBA draft lottery just happened, and guess who's number one? Yep, that's Dallas. So, it looks like it's guaranteed that Cooper Flagg will be joining the Dallas Mavericks for what is he, like a 7 years? How do they do it in the NBA? It's like when you sign on your team from the draft, you have to play there for 7 years. Isn't that what Zion Williamson is going through? Anyway, Dallas had a 1.8% chance of landing the number one pick. I think, did all NBA teams have a 1.8 chance, or was it just like the top 10 teams or the worst 10 teams have a 1.8 chance of winning the number one pick? Regardless, Dallas came out with the number one pick. Needless to say, again, I'm repeating myself, sorry, but yeah, I don't think that they organically won the number one pick. I think it was rigged. If you're privy to basketball or the NBA at all, you know that Luka Doncic, their superstar, Dallas Mavericks, former superstar, got traded to the LA Lakers this past February, and everyone was making a big stink about it. I mean, I don't blame them. Who trades their number one star? They were upset, and by they, I mean the Dallas Mavericks fans. They were upset at their GM, general manager, Nico Harrison, for making that trade. In my opinion, I don't think it was solely him that made that decision, but I'm going to say that for another video. But long story short, Nico is just on a cross right now. He's about to be executed, or he's been executed. Everyone's been saying fire Nico. And it's such that he's playing this out as he did that to get Anthony Davis mainly, and he says that defense wins championship, but look what happened. Again, if you paid attention to the NBA at all this year, you know that Dallas didn't even get far. They got to the play-in, but they lost to Memphis. I mean, it would have been the funniest story ever if they would have got to the championship again and without Luka, but the point being that they got really far with Luka last year, and then Nico just decided, assuming that he's the sole decision maker, he decided that Luka needs to go and they need stronger defense, which that is true. I mean, Luka doesn't play any defense. You saw him on the Lakers. He's not very defensive still. Even on LeBron's side, they didn't really go that far in the playoffs. If you don't already know, Lakers are already eliminated from the playoffs. They only won one against the series of the Minnesota versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. But regardless, Luka was scoring like 40 points. He was that dude, and why would you trade your main dude just to up your defense when this year kind of slapped Nico and Dallas in the face? They did worse this year than they did last year, but I went off on a tangent. Back to my main point, Dallas winning the number one draft lottery pick, I don't think that's a coincidence. I think Adam Silver had something to do with that. I think someone got together, some of the suits upstairs, they got together and figured out a way to cover Nico's ass. Dallas winning the number one pick was not a coincidence. I believe they were covering Nico's ass. I believe Adam Silver, and I have no proof of anything I'm saying, but I believe Adam Silver got in a meeting, or they had some important meetings with other suits in the NBA to figure out how they're going to cover Nico's ass. Maybe it's possible they had this kind of deal going on even before the Luka trade. And what makes me believe that even further is I don't believe Nico had the sole power. I don't believe he had the sole decision-making power to trade Luka Doncic on his own. I believe in the NBA, when you make trades like that, there has to be multiple signatures and multiple meetings that take place. It wasn't just him. Nico's just the scapegoat, in my opinion. And you've probably seen videos tailing the Adelson families lobbying to legalize gambling, and Dallas being in a chokehold to legalize gambling, or them taking the team to Dallas. You probably heard that conspiracy. I won't expand on it here, but I believe that can be in play as well. And I made a mistake. I said Dallas being in a chokehold to take the team to Dallas. I didn't mean take the team to Dallas. I mean take the team to Vegas. Sorry about that. I say all this to say I believe this draft lottery pick was fake. I've even read some tweets saying that Dallas number 2, San Antonio Spurs number 3, the Philadelphia 76ers, for that draft order to happen, there was less than 0.1% chance. So I think all of this is faked, and the NBA just kind of seems to show its face more in the recent years. It doesn't seem to be genuine. The competition doesn't seem to be so genuine. But if you are in Dallas, congratulations. If Cooper decides to stay in the draft, it looks like you guys are in contention to be in the playoffs. I'm almost 100% sure personally that you guys will land in the playoffs. But to win a championship, if Cooper Flag will do that good, well, congrats. And on the other hand, if Cooper Flag opts out of the draft, it kind of looks like the NBA trying to cover its own ass just failed once again. It's just going to look more ungenuine, if that's even a word. It's going to look unsincere, and going forward, it's going to be harder to watch the NBA. Thank you guys very much for listening. Don't forget to click the like button, subscribe. I'll see y'all later.